Namaste, friends, and welcome to Rhythm of Yoga. My name is Hannah, and I'll be guiding you through this short form Ashtanga flow, moving through some of our seated postures as well as a few of our standing postures, and going through a nice, strong warm up. So we'll go ahead and get started here today just by finding a nice presence of peace, coming with hands at Gyan Mudra, so pointer finger bows down to the thumb and the fingers open and lengthened, allowing the backs of the wrists to make nice contact onto the knees. As you open through the heart, lengthen through the spine, and take deep Ujjayi breaths in and out. So we're connecting to the breath here, breathing in and out through the nose with that slight constriction at the back of the throat, feeling that warmth building in the body as we connect to that sweet oceanic sound. Beautiful job. Let's go ahead and get started with some movement. So we'll start on hands and knees today, just giving ourselves some time to warm up before we move into those strong sun salutations. Planting the palms to the earth, fingers spread wide, middle fingers forward. Inhale as you open the heart and reach out through the belly. Exhale and round out through the spine, tucking chin toward chest. Cat-cow movements. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale and round out through the spine. Let's take 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Connected to that Ujjayi breath. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Come back and into that neutral spine. From here, let's tuck the toes under and gently send the hips up high. Continuing to build in our movement and our warmth. Press into the palms of the hands, particularly into the L shape, the pointer finger and the thumb. Press down nice and intensely as you slide the hips up high. Feel the gaze reaching up toward the belly and the heels beginning to melt down. Always the option to pedal out your heels and shake the head yes and no as you come into your beautiful down dog. And if you're ready, just slide those heels down, lengthen out through the hips and pull the belly in. Beautiful. As you inhale, let's bring the gaze forward toward the hands. Using the abdominal strength here, slide to the tips of the left toes as you pull the right knee into the belly. Plant the right foot between the palms, and again, left knee into the belly, planting the left foot between the palms. Big toes together, heels slightly separated. Inhale into a half lift, flat back, lengthen out. Exhale and fold nice and deep. Inhale, let's reverse swan dive. Rise all the way up and into your extended mountain, palms to touch, gaze to the thumbs. Root down in through the feet, reach out through the fingertips. Feel that nice belly pull. And as you exhale, take hands to heart center. Samastitihi. Beautiful. So from here, coming into our sun salutations, we'll take 3 today. We'll start with the first one nice and slow, and then speed it up as time goes by, bringing in a little bit more strength and heat. So if the first one is already intense enough for you, then stick with that first one until you're ready to move to the next variation. Otherwise, just continue to move with me. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up and overhead, gaze to the fingers. As you exhale, sweep down to the earth, deep into that fold. Inhale to a half lift, flat back as you lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, plant the palms to the earth. Belly pull as you extend that right leg behind you. Squeeze the belly and step the left foot back. Beautiful plank pose. Slide to the tips of your toes in plank and slowly lower all the way down to chest and belly. Elbows brush the sides. Flip the feet and start with baby cobra. So press the tops of your feet into the earth, kneecaps reaching up And from here, lengthen out through the spine as you squeeze the elbows and shoulders together behind you. Feel that length from the toes all the way out through the crown. So our gaze is down and we're taking the wrinkles out of the front and the back side of our neck here. Take one more big breath. And from here, press into that cobra pose. Open the heart. Feel that length as the spine warms. Feel nice rising up and out of those hips. And then from here, tuck the toes under and slide the hips up high. Down dog. Hang out in your down dog for 5 full breaths. Gazing to the belly, pressing into the L shape of the palms, heels melt to the earth. Last breath here. And as you inhale, bring your gaze forward toward your hands. From here, we slide to the toes and slide that right knee up into the chest. Plant the right foot between the palms. And again, belly pull, left knee slides up and foot between the palms. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Exhale and fold nice and deep. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Rise all the way up and into your extended mountain as you reach the fingertips high. Exhale, take hands to heart center. Second set, reconnecting to that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, sweep it up, gaze to the fingers. Exhale, sweep to the earth. Feel that flow of energy deep to fold. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms. Again, abdominal control as we send the feet back and into our plank pose. This time, if you'd like, slide to the toes and find that second variation, chaturanga. So 90-degree elbows, elbows in. Flip the feet, slide through, open the heart, up dog. Exhale, hips high, down dog. 4 more breaths. Last breath. As you inhale, bring the gaze forward. This time, if you'd like, trying a little bend in the knees and maybe a hop forward. Inhaling into that half lift, flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Rise all the way up and into your extended mountain. Gaze to the fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. And coming into that final variation here. Inhale, sweep the arms up high, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale as you sweep down and into that deep forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, plant the palms. And this time, if you'd like, taking that little hop back. So bending in the knees, building the hydraulic, squeeze the belly and the pelvic floor. As you hop, feet back into plank position. Slide to tips of toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, slide through, open heart. Exhale, hips up high, down dog. 5 breaths. Last big breath. Inhale, gaze comes forward. Slight bend in the knees as we step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Exhale and fold nice and deep. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Rise all the way up and into that extended mountain and take hands to heart center. Coming back to that beautiful Ujjayi breath, readjusting anything that you need to here to get yourself comfy and ready for our Sun B, Surya Namaskar B. So our second variation of sun salutations, inhaling into our chair pose. So the hips Slide back as the knees bend. Big toes together, heels slightly separated. Feel that nice little pull in the belly as you squeeze the thighs together and reach out through the fingertips. Bring the palms to touch if you can and gaze toward the thumbs. As you exhale, sweep the palms down toward the earth and into your deep forward fold. Inhale, come into a half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms and let's step or hop back into that plank position. From here, slide to toes, lower chaturanga. Inhale for up dog. Exhale for down dog. Right away, let's bring the gaze forward toward the hands. Step the right foot through, so feel that knee pull up. Slide between the palms. Spin the left heel down to the earth and try and turn those toes slightly forward on the left foot. So it should be about a 45-degree angle here. And then try and bring that right hip in as we square up slightly, and then rise up and into your warrior one. So sweep the arms high, feel the belly pull back, bring the gaze toward the thumbs as you bend deep. Inhale. As you exhale, sweep the palms to the earth, step the right foot back, slide to plank, and lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Bringing in that heat. Beautiful. Left side. Let's sweep the left foot through as you plant that foot between the palms. Spin the heel down and try and take the toes slightly forward. Bring the hips to center and inhale. Keep that deep bend. Pull the belly in. Reach the fingers up. Gaze to the thumbs. Inhale. As you exhale, sweep the palms to the earth. Step the left foot back. Slide to plank and flow through. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Beautiful job. Let's take our full 5 breaths here. Smile on the lips, breath coming back to us. Gaze to the belly. Last big breath here. As you inhale, bring the gaze forward toward the hands. Take that slight bend in the knees as you step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to a half lift, flat back, big toes to touch. Exhale, fold nice and deep, heels slightly separated. Bend in the knees, squeeze the thighs, rise to chair pose, belly pulls in, palms to touch, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, rise, and take hands to heart center. Beautiful job. So readjusting yourself, coming back to that breath, Ujjayi breath, in and out through the nose. Let's find our standing postures here. So from here, we'll hop the feet out, about hip width distance apart. Inhale, taking the peace fingers out to the sides of the body. From here, hinging at the hips as we begin to fold over, taking the hands down toward the earth. So here we're wrapping the peace fingers around the big toes. And if you need to, bend your knees as much as you need to really get those peace fingers around the toes. So we're really grabbing onto the big toe here. If the knees are bent, start to straighten out the legs the best you can. If you are working on straightening out the legs, then feel that stretch. If the legs are straight, then begin to fold a little deeper as the elbows start to draw out to the sides of the body. Checking in with the bandhas, that Uddiyana Bandha low belly pull, Mula Bandha pelvic floor squeeze. You got it. Find a couple more Ujjayi breaths here as we deepen in our fold. Last one. And as you inhale, come into a half lift, flat back. Exhale, release the hands and take the hands to the hips. This gives us time to rise up nice and slow without getting too terribly dizzy here. And then from here, hop the feet together, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Beautiful. From here, coming into our Trikonasana, extended Trikonasana here. So we're gonna take a slight bend in the knees and then hop the right foot back. So the right toes now are to the back of the mat. And then we have the knife edge of the left foot parallel to the short side of the mat. Trying to keep those heels in line, and we have a nice wide distance between the feet. Reach the arms out to a T and try and square out with the hips. Beautiful. From here, we're gonna reach forward with that right arm as we slowly tick-tock down and come into our triangle pose. So you might stay lifted up high if you feel pretty restricted here in the hips, and that's okay. As long as you're feeling it, you are doing it. We're reaching that left arm up toward the sky. If you could come a little deeper without losing that form, we don't want to start leaning forward toward the earth. We're keeping ourselves nice and open, nice and lifted, and maybe even lowering down to grab the big toe. Keep that gaze high, try and keep the hips stacked, shoulders stacked. Last big breath. As you exhale, bring the gaze down toward the toes. As you inhale, rise back up to center, and we'll switch the feet. So now the knife edge of your right foot is parallel to the short side of the mat, and the left toes are pointed toward the front of our mat, the original front. Hips squared, shoulders, reach out, tick-tock, down, and find your depth. Gazing up toward the right fingertips, we take 5 full breaths. Last breath. As you exhale, bring the gaze down to the toes. Inhale, use the obliques to rise right back up. From here, let's turn the feet again to the opposite direction. Knife edge of the left foot, toes in the right foot, point to the front of the mat, or the back of the mat now. From here, bend in that right knee nice and deep. Try and keep the hips squared toward the front side of your mat, or right in front of you. And from here, let's begin to lower the forearm down to the thigh. As we lower here, let's be mindful of the open heart and the stacking of our shoulders. And then from here, reaching out from that left shoulder through the fingertips, working on a long line from the fingertips down to the heel. Gazing up past the left tricep here. Try and keep that heart nice and open and lifted. And if you'd like to come deeper, you always have the option to dropping that right hand down to the pinky side of your right foot. Just rising up if you feel that's a little crunchy for you. Keeping your nice and open space. Beautiful breath. Last one. As you inhale, let's sweep back up to center and rotate the feet to the opposite direction. Right toes point toward the edge of the mat, left toes toward the front of the mat, bending in the left knee as we square up to that nice long side of our mat here. So lowering the left forearm this time, opening in the heart space, and reaching up and out. So long line from fingertips all the way down to the heel. Gazing up past the tricep, try and keep the heart open. Remember, you have that option to work towards dropping down to the fingertips. But if you notice here that you drop down and you start to fold over, then maybe rising back up, or possibly a block if you're somewhere in between. Keep gazing up past that tricep. Strong abdominal control. One more breath. And as you inhale, rise back to center. Beautiful job. Bend in the right knee. And let's go ahead and hop to the top of the mat. So there's that little bend. And then hop, pressing off the right foot. Feet together, hands to heart center. Awesome. Let's try out a little bit of balance here. So you can stay at the top of your mat or wherever you are that gives you the ability to gaze forward at your screen. And we're going to balance starting out on our left foot here. So pressing that left foot down into the earth. Feel roots growing down from that left foot. And find some place to gaze out in front of you. Something that is unmoving, maybe undisturbed by shadows that are moving as well. And gives you focus. Gives you that ability to look so concentrated without that we are looking within. So we're gonna rise up to the tips of the right toe. And then if this is enough, if this already feels super wobbly for you, you feel like you're using that core strength, then you could stay right here. If you want more, start to lift the right knee up off of the earth, or the right toes up off the earth, knee up toward the body. Beautiful. And if this is pretty intense for you, then grab onto your right knee with your right hand. You can take your left hand out to a T to help you with that extra balance. And for more, taking the peace fingers of the right hand and wrapping them around the big toe. Lengthen out, feel that nice open space. Still needing that extra help here, that left hand is out. If you want to, you can even always come to a wall. And maybe just try touching the tips of the finger to the wall. And then from here, if you still would like more, lengthening out, feeling that nice rooting, keeping the gaze, and then maybe extending the right foot out in front of you. Beautiful job. You can continue to hold that left arm out or to challenge yourself, taking your left hand to your hip and then possibly gazing over the left shoulder here. Beautiful job. Take last breath. And as you exhale, let's release it down and shake the hips out. Moving to the opposite side here. So this time that right foot roots down into the earth. Find that nice solid foundation as you root down and rise up to the tips of your left toes. So again, option to stay here, possibly lifting that knee up, maybe grabbing with the left hand here, and maybe that reach out with the right. Peace fingers around the big toe for the next option. You could hold here. And maybe extending that left leg out in front of you. Beautiful. Option here, right hand to the hip and possibly gazing over toward the right, over that right shoulder. Try and keep the hips square. Try not to lift up high on that left hip. Keep it balanced out. Take one more big breath. And bring it back to center. Release the left leg down to the earth and slide those hips gently from side to side. Beautiful job. So if you moved, let's make our way back to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach the fingertips up and overhead. And as you exhale, sweep the palms down to the earth, deep into forward fold. Inhale, take a half lift, flat back. And as you exhale, plant the palms to the earth. Step or hop back into your plank position. Slide to toes, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful job. From here, bring the gaze forward toward the palms. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale to a half lift, toes together. Exhale, fold, heels apart. Inhale, bend in the knees, squeeze the thighs, pull the belly in, reach the palms up, gaze to the thumbs. Chair pose. 4 more breaths. Really feeling that nice strength rooting down into the earth and reaching out through the fingertips. Feel that nice pull of energy from the low belly, from the pelvic floor, reaching up to the ceiling and rooting you down to the earth. 1 more big breath. And from here, rise, taking hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Awesome. Let's go ahead and take that little hop, bend in the knees, hop the right foot back, toes to the back side of your mat. Beautiful. From here, the left toes will come to that 45-degree angle as we bend in the right knee and work on squaring up to the back side of our mat here. Belly in, reach the arms up, palms touch, gaze to the thumbs, breathe. Last breath. Keep the hands. Let's rotate the feet to the opposite direction. Bend in that left knee this time. Check the right foot. Press into that right leg. Lengthen out and gaze to the thumbs. 5 breaths. Last one. As you exhale, let's open the arms out to a T, coming into warrior 2 toward the back. So the right toes toward the back, Bend in the right knee, knife edge of the left foot parallel now to the short side of the mat. Hips and shoulders stay square right out in front of you, and shoulders stay above the hips. Beautiful. Bend a little deeper into that right knee and keep that nice long wingspan here as you gaze toward your right middle fingers. 2 more big breaths. And the last one. Extend out through the right leg. Keep the arms. Rotate the feet. So right toes point toward the side of the mat. Left toes to the front. Bend in the left knee. Check the hips, the heart, everything squared. And bend a little deeper. Feel that external rotation on the left thigh. Reach out. Bend deep. Extend out. Relax the shoulders. Grow out through the crown. Gaze to the left fingertips and smile. One last breath. Beautiful job. Extend the left leg, take a slight bend in the right, and let's take that hop all the way up to the top of the mat, hands to heart center. Beautiful job. Inhale, sweep the arms up high, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, sweep the palms down low, deep to that fold. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back. Flow through your vinyasa. Slide to plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale for down dog. Beautiful. From our down dog, let's practice some strengthening for our hop through, or working toward that hop through. So first option here that I would like to go through is simply sliding. So we're lengthening out through the upper body, bending in the knees as we lower the hips down, and then press through the feet, pull the belly in. So just continue to move forward and back as you find that strength. If you want more, use that press and press a little bit more firmly as the hips lift and we rise over the tops of the hands. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then from here, let's take our step or hop through. So from the slide, the right foot crosses, left foot crosses, walk the hands back, feet forward, bottom drops down. Beautiful job. Coming into our seated postures here, Dandasana to start. I use my blocks in Dandasana because I kind of have shorter arms. So when I come into that nice fold here, or that seated position, and I plant my palms down to the earth, if I want my hands rooted, then I can only open my heart so much. So I like to just bring the floor up to me. It's up to you and your body, where you are in this position. So we're planting the palms either down to the earth, maybe books or blocks, as we press in and open the heart space. Feel yourself rooting down into the earth as you flex the feet and strengthen the belly. Feel that low pull in the belly, Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, strength in the pelvic floor. And then chin comes in and down to engage that Jalandhara Bandha, located right at the center of the throat. Close the eyes and take a couple more breaths, feeling yourself connecting to the earth. As you exhale, release, and you can slide those blocks just a little out of the way here. So from here, coming into our Paschimottanasana A, our seated forward fold. So I like to kind of slide a little bit of the flesh away here so I can root down a little bit deeper into the earth. The toes are flexed, so the heels might even be lifted up off of the floor. Keep length in the spine, nice open heart space as you reach toward the toes. And if you can't grab the toes here, then I encourage you to grab maybe a scarf, a belt, anything that you might have that you can wrap around the feet and then grab onto here or wherever you are. Keeping that length here, so try not to round over, reach to the toes, open the heart, gaze toward the toes as you feel that lengthening in the spine. So the crown of your head is growing toward the feet. Imagine the spine as a vine lengthening toward the sun's out in front of you. Let's take 2 more big breaths. The elbows can start to draw outward with that extra space. You got it. 1 more big breath. And as you inhale, rise back up and into your center. From here, we're gonna cross the legs, and you can take your blocks or books and take them right down beside you, coming into Tolasana. So planting the palms down wherever you are, and you might not lift anything off the floor, and that's okay. As long as we're putting that pressure in, using that strength to open us in that strong breath, let's press and lift as much as you can. Take an inhale and exhale, release right back down. Janu Shirsasana A. So the left leg straight out in front of you, and the right foot comes in to the left thigh. So we have this nice kind of L shape with the legs here. And then we're gonna square up toward the left leg, lengthen out through the spine just as we did in that forward fold. Reach toward the foot. So here, strap or grab as we lengthen the heart, gazing past the toes and feeling ourselves growing long toward that left foot. Taking our 5 full breaths. We've been here for a couple, so let's take 3 more. Last one. Inhale, bring it right back up to center here. Cross the legs, take that press again. So again, pressing the palms into the blocks, books, or the earth. As you lift on the inhale, exhale, release, switch sides. Right leg in front of you, left foot this time comes into the thigh. Square up with that right leg as you flex the right foot. Inhale, lengthen, and then reach toward the right leg or your strap here as we extend and fold over. So we have this kind of rooting down and through the hips, growing out long through the spine, reaching forward and folding over. Beautiful. Take 2 more big breaths. Last one. As you inhale, slowly rise back up and into that center position. Let's cross the legs and again take that lift. Press up, find strength, lift the hips, and exhale, release back down. We'll come into Madhyasana C, bringing a twist into our practice. So again, the left leg is long and straight in front of you, and right foot is going to slide in toward the body. So as close to the thighs as you can here. From here, flex the left foot and plant the right palm behind you. Press into the right palm, first lengthening out through the spine. Very important to protect the back here. And you can either hug that left knee or hook the elbow to the outside of the left knee. As you press, keep that length and find the leverage. Keep an active left hand. So if you were looking at your hand, it would be like a mirror, but we're gonna gaze over the right shoulder and keep that twist. Remember, the left foot is flexed. We're protecting the joints here and keeping that nice long spine to protect the back. Take 1 more big breath. And as you inhale, bring it right back to center. Take that lift, building in our strength here, and that core strength too. As we press, squeeze the belly, lift up, and exhale, release back down. Right leg comes out in front of you this time, and the left thigh pulls, or the left heel pulls in toward the thighs. Coming back to that twist, so right foot stays flexed. Left hand reaches behind. Feel length, and then either hug or hook with that active hand as you press and gaze over the left shoulder. Feel yourself rising out through the spine as well as rooting down in through the spine. As you gaze over the left shoulder, pull the belly in, that low belly pull, Uddiyana Bandha. Beautiful job. 1 more big breath. Inhale, bring it back to center. Cross the legs, press into the palms as you lift the hips up. And exhale, release back down. Coming into our boat pose, Navasana. So feet straight out in front of you, or bent straight out in front of you. Grabbing to the backs of your thighs. So we'll take 2 sets of Navasana today, our boat pose, lifting those feet so that the shins are about parallel to the earth. Really hold on here just for a second as you lengthen out through the spine. So notice the difference as we rise out of that shrug. Feel the shoulders relax down and that length through both sides of the neck here. You can hold here or start to slide your hands out, maybe barely touching with fingertips. If you would like to come into the full expression, work on reaching the fingertips forward, palms shining in, and then maybe even extending out through the legs. Gaze is slightly up here to keep that nice open space. Take 2 more big breaths. Feel that strength, bring a smile onto your face. You got this. Last big breath. And as you exhale, let's cross the legs, plant the palms down beside you, and press into those blocks again here. So press, lift, and release right back down. Come back into that boat pose. So again, feet in front of you, grab to the thighs, find your variation, open heart, very important, nice long spine. Reach, maybe extend, 5 full breaths. Smile. Last one. This time, if you'd like, maybe try and keep the feet lifted, taking hands to earth. Press, lift, and release. Beautiful job. From here, let's take the hands down to the earth in front of you. Rock up onto hands and knees and into your tabletop. Slide the right foot back, followed by the left, coming into that high plank pose. Slide to the tips of the toes and let's flow through Chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale for down dog. Gaze to the belly. From here, let's find your choice variation of hopping or stepping through. This time I'll do the hop. So a little bit of a hop here. This variation, hopping, feet to cross, hands back. Try and keep the booty lifted, feet forward, drop down, and come all the way down and onto your back. So slide the hips forward, lower down. Coming to the floor, wonderful place to be. Awesome. So from here, coming into our bridge pose, working towards our wheel, so Dhanurasana modification. We're starting out in bridge, and if you like bridge, do it both times that we come into our back bend. And if you would like to move into wheel, I'll also instruct wheel the second time around. So, heels in nice and close. Try and touch the backs of your heels with your fingertips here. Yes, great. And then from here, pressing into the feet, begin to lift the hips up off of the earth. If this feels intense, stay here. If you would like more, interlace the hands together underneath the back. And still more, slide the shoulders together underneath the back. Feel that extension out through the length of the spine. So lift the hips a little higher. Think about the chin reaching toward the chest, and then the chest reaching toward the chin, and the chin reaching away from the chest. Switch that, reverse it. You got it. Beautiful. Take 2 more big breaths. Last big breath. And as you exhale, go ahead and release back down to the earth. Let those shoulders roll out and underneath you. So take a full breath here. And if that was enough for you, then go right back into that same position. If you would like more, coming into Dhanurasana or wheel pose, let's take the hands down. Fingers pointing toward the shoulders, hands by the ears. So the thumbs are in toward the ears. Gotta get my hair out of the way. Make sure your hair's out of the way, you don't want to slip. And then from here, pressing into the feet, lift the hips, press into the palms, rise first to the crown of your head, and check in with yourself. Is this okay? If you want more, then press into the palms and rise into that beautiful wheel pose, trying to center the heart over the hands. So notice the difference as you slide back and forward with heart over the hands, lengthening out through the legs. Let's take 3 more big breaths. If you are in that bridge pose, stick with it. Lift the hips up high. One more big breath, a little bit more. And slowly, from that wheel, let's lower gently down to the crown and then slide down, relaxing against the earth. Give yourself a moment here, allowing the floodgates of energy to move back into the body, and gently begin to rock the knees from side to side, feeling that beautiful, enjoyable space in the body. Come back to center, extend the legs out long, reach the fingertips out long, inhale deep, and as you exhale, let's peel the body up off of the floor, one vertebrae at a time here as you reach toward the toes and round out through the spine this time. So allowing that rounding to happen so that we can get that nice counter stretch. So reach toward the toes. This time allow the forehead to drop down, coming into your deepest stretch here. 5 full breaths. As you inhale, rise back up and into that center. Cross the legs, plant the palms in front of you. Rock up onto hands and knees and step or hop back into your plank position. From plank, slide to chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Your choice, step or hop through and into that seated position. Beautiful. Floppy shirts. And then from here, we're gonna lower all the way down. So slide the hips forward, come all the way down and onto your back. Beautiful. So coming into our finishing sequence, and if you have never done shoulder stand before, then I will advise that maybe you watch first and try after. If you have any neck or back issues, then please stay away from this pose, maybe simply coming into legs up the wall for that time being. And if you are pregnant or menstruating, then it is also not advisable. But if it is part of your practice and you are okay with it, checking in with yourself first and foremost, then we'll make our way into that shoulder stand. Beautiful. So I'm gonna tuck my shirt in so it doesn't just fly right up here. And then from here, we're going to take the legs straight up. Flex the feet as you press the heels up toward the sky. So again, if you have any of those issues, then you stick here in legs at the wall. If you'd like to take any other variations, you're also welcome. Otherwise, if you're comfortable with it, then we're going to start to take the hands to the low back as we start to lift the hips up, walk the hands up the back, and then slide the elbows in a little bit closer. So I like to kind of hop them in. And then from here, press in that low back or mid back as you lift the toes up. Now the gaze should be straight up at the toes here, keeping that nice protected spine. Breathe. And you can continue to lengthen. Take 2 more breaths. Last one. As you exhale, we're going to slowly allow those feet to drop down behind the head. So from that nice upright position, slowly with control of the abdominals here, begin to lower the feet. Maybe they come down to touch the earth. If so, try to flex the feet and lengthen out the legs. Maybe here you might like to take the hands together behind you and extend out through the arms. Sometimes I like to grab my toes. Take 1 more big breath. Beautiful. Take your hands back to the low back and slowly begin to lower yourself 1 little bit at a time. Hands can come down to the earth. Feel that nice control in the abdominals. As we slide down, beautiful, release the feet all the way down to the floor. And we'll come into a variation or modification of fish pose. So we're gonna slide the hands underneath the bottom. So right hand underneath the right side, left hand underneath the left side. Beautiful, so those hands are all the way underneath the bottom, and then squeeze the elbows together underneath you. Feel that nice length and open space. Breathe into it, point the toes. From here, let's rise up onto the forearms and elbows as you gaze to your toes. Inhale, feel the heart press even higher. And as you exhale, drop the crown of your head toward the earth. Beautiful. Nice open heart, open throat. Giving yourself the ability to clear out in these spaces that beautiful governing of self-love and your amazing expression. So that beautiful voice of yours expressing that love and all that strength that you have within. Beautiful breaths. Ujjayi, strong breathing. Last one. And as you exhale, release to the earth. Take the hands out from underneath the body and come all the way down to the earth. Sweep the fingertips up and overhead as you lengthen out through the spine. Inhale. And as you exhale, let's again peel the back off of the earth. Rise up to seated position. So from here, we'll come into the deepest seated position that is comfortable for you. And we're going to, again, grab onto our blocks or our books. Something nice and stable and sturdy. Taking those blocks or books right down beside you. So you can come into the deepest seated position that is comfortable for you, whether this be simple cross-leg, half lotus, right foot over the top of the left thigh or opposite, or full lotus. I love lotus pose. Beautiful. Padmasana, hands down, taking Gyan Mudra, pointer finger bows down to the thumb, backs of the wrists rest gently. Lengthen out through the spine and close the eyes softly. Hear the sweetness of your Ujjayi breath. Notice the warmth of the muscles, the joints, the skin, the smile on your face, the joy in your heart, that beautiful pumping blood through the veins and that awesome energy that runs through the lines of your energetic system. Being thankful, bringing gratitude for the ability of our bodies to come to this practice, for our minds to persevere through anything different or difficult, and for our spirits, for living, for breathing, for filling up on life. And as you inhale, let's sweep the arms up toward the sky. Open the fingertips wide, gaze up toward the thumbs, take a big smile. And as you exhale, take your hands down beside you. So the palms are gonna come down and onto those blocks again. And I am going to take 10 full breaths here. And if you would like, you can take 5 breaths or 4 breaths, whatever you need, but know that it's challenging for you. So you're bringing in that fire, that heat, and it is something that is different, a little bit challenging. So let's stick with it. Even if you're not lifting up off the floor, try and press into the palms the best you can. So try and stick with me if you can for those 10 breaths. Pressing down into your blocks or the earth, maybe books, whatever you've got here. Press, squeeze the belly, lift up, take strong Ujjayi breaths. Smile. 4 more. 3. Last 2. 1 more, you got it. Exhale, feel that awesome warmth, that beautiful flow of energy, that tingling feeling. Slide the blocks out of your way. Unravel the feet. And let's make our way down and into final Shavasana. So coming down and onto your back. Slide the shoulder blades together. Palms shine up. Heart open. Let the feet splay out to the sides, just hanging. Notice the beauty and the support of the earth below you. As you trust that support and you relax against the earth, allow a soft, natural breath, letting go of any control in the bandhas. Sweet stillness, beautiful Shavasana. If you would like to remain in Shavasana for an extended period of time, please press pause on the video and take your time in this beautiful space. Otherwise, if you are ready, let's begin to wiggle fingers and toes and bring a soft smile onto our face, allowing joy to be invited into the heart and throughout the body and mind. As you inhale, let's reach the fingertips up and overhead. Take a big first in the morning stretch. As you inhale, smile, lengthen out. Exhale, come on to the left side of your body, fetal position, curling up into a little ball. I like to take my hand over my cheek and just give myself that little bit of self-love as I transition back toward the day, setting an intention for this beautiful day, an intention to remember the strength and perseverance that I hold within and that you hold within, that you exuded throughout this practice, and remembering how truly strong you are, and allow that to be a part of everyday life. Once you're ready, with eyes remaining closed, let's rise up and into a comfortable seated position, bringing hands to heart center and a smile onto your lips. Let the thumbs rest gently over the sternum. I would like to thank you all so very much for being here and sharing this practice with me today, bringing your strength, your perseverance, and your beautiful energy. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day and always look forward to seeing you again. Namaste. Thank you for being here with me today. If you would like to stay updated on all the new videos that we will continue to post day by day, then please like and subscribe. Have a beautiful day.